Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zahara Devi, and I got asked a question from someone in my network, and they were wondering why their partner is resistant to trying new sexy spiritual practices in their relationship, and also maybe like some tips or ways to navigate how to bridge more creativity in your partnership if you're wanting to suggest things to your partner and maybe they have a lot of resistance to trying new things or to doing anything spiritual. 3 reasons that maybe they are feeling resistant to trying new things is because number 1, genuinely they might not be interested in spirituality or spiritual based practices. That just might not be their jam, and that's just something that you might have to have a deeper conversation with them about them, that and just fully accept them for who they are, because they're not going to change, and it would be best just to find a happy medium if they genuinely aren't interested. Number 2, they may feel resistant to trying new things because maybe they don't fully feel accepted as they already are in who they show up to be in the relationship. And subconsciously, maybe they're wanting to feel safer in that dynamic or in the reasons why the suggestions are being made in the first place. Sometimes you might get some dynamics between couples where one partner will be interested in trying new things and they're approaching their partner from this internal place of like struggle or angst or frustration of like, oh, why aren't you doing things differently? Or why are you so resistant to these things? Which can often make someone feel energetically on the receiving end, might make them feel really embarrassed or guilty or ashamed. And so some blocks might come up in response to that, and they might not even know why those blocks are coming up because they don't really fully understand the internal sensations or process that's going on in their experience when they're being approached. So bridging a container where the conversation is approached from more of an empathic, more compassionate place of understanding and being able to tune into what would make your partner feel safer in trying new things. Another reason why they might have resistance, number 3, is that they might fear the unknown. They might fear that they aren't good enough, that they aren't ready because they might fear being judged or criticized throughout the experience, and that can often block someone from wanting to try new things because they don't feel comfortable in that vulnerability of not knowing what's going to happen, and it's a very vulnerable process to try new things. So those are probably the 3 main reasons that I've noticed show up in why your partner might not be interested or might have these resistances. So here are 3 things that you can try to expand more practices in your relationship. So one aspect, if you find yourself more spiritual than your partner, I really would maybe suggest or encourage you to invite the practices that you know that are more universal, that are more universally recognized as a beginner place for your partner to try new things at. So this could be breath work, it could be eye gazing, it could be offering daily gratitudes, special date nights where you sensually massage each other, discovering each other's love languages and finding creative ways to implement those love languages each day so that you both feel really nourished. Those are all really great universal spiritual practices and super easy enough for people to try out. It's enough of an edge for a lot of people to try out. So it's a great place to start if you find that your partner is maybe a little bit spiritual or spiritual, but just maybe not feeling ready to try like the ultimate, like some really deep, powerful practices that are more extreme. But those are really great places to start. And also maybe approaching your partner from this place of communicating that you want to try something new and fun and exciting together, and that there's this really exciting thing that you heard about, and like if they'd be open enough to give it a try, and coming from that place of excitement. Second practice that you can do, whether or not your partner does it with you or not, you can do this whether in your partnership or whether you're solo and you're out on dates. And you can do this practice without even your partner knowing, and your partner will still probably feel the effects of you doing the practice whether or not they're doing it. And it's something that you both can do together, but this is the practice of visualizing your partner's cock radiating in glowing golden light when you're lovemaking and when he's inside of you. It's been a profound, juicy, sexy practice that I've done before, and surprisingly I've just noticed myself and my partner, moaning even deeper, or feeling more, you just hear more sounds and more of that juicy radiance when lovemaking. And it's ultra spiritual to do this practice, whether or not they're aware of it happening or whether or not you both are doing it at the same time. But when you imagine each thrust and penetration that your partner is offering at his lingam or his cock is glowing golden with light, and that he's your womb is like a universe, creating a torus of energy and a vortex of energy swirling around galaxies and stars and nebulas and planets, and all of that is happening with every thrust that your partner's cock is giving you. And it's almost like the energy of that golden light fueling this energetic vortex within your womb and within your pussy. And it is absolutely amazing. Works on more of the subtle level, works more on the subtlety and the energetic layers of the body, but it's such a good spiritual practice. And it's something, whether or not, if your partner is not feeling into trying new spiritual things, you can still do this practice and it will benefit the both of you. Okay, practice number 3. Your partner might be more inclined to try new spiritual things if they join a conscious men's group or men's sexuality retreat. Sometimes it can be a lot easier to receive insights and practices when it's suggested from other men, or when they can hear personal experiences or stories that they can relate to from each other that is directly can be understood. Sometimes it can be really hard to be open to trying new things from someone who might not fully understand what you're needing. So going to a men's group, a conscious men's group or a men's sexuality retreat, where they're trying all these things together, and they're able to then converse with each other and talk about what was challenging and what was easy for them in a group container that they can get a lot of confirmation from or a lot of resonance with, because maybe other people are experiencing the same thing. It can be a lot more easier to hop on the train of spiritual practices or other practices with your partner after they've done something like that. So those are 3 practices that you can incorporate in your relationship if you're coming across your partner feeling more resistant. So just to recap, number 1, offering practices that are more universally recognized as a starting place for your partner to try. So breath work, all of that stuff. Number 2, visualizing your partner's cock radiating in glowing golden light inside of you. That's another practice. Number 3, have him join a men's group, a men's sexuality retreat. It might really open up doors for him that he might be more inclined to open up to feeling more vulnerable with in those spaces with other men that he can relate to. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments below how you find, especially practice number 2, if you give it a try. But let me know your thoughts around this and what has worked for you in your relationships. I'm sure if you share in the comments, many other people will gain lots of insight and valuable confirmation or ideas from your sharings, and I'm sure it would be greatly appreciated from everyone around. So I look forward to hearing from you next time. If you liked what you heard, make sure to press like and subscribe so I can continue offering these amazing practices and videos to share. And feel free to check out my website in the link below. And I look forward to hearing from you soon. Talk to you later.